All right, so the next pool that we've got scheduled up here, we've got Androo, Harujun, LGNDMAXX, and Track. So this is one of, there were a couple pools that were very, very stacked with how they were randomized, and this is one of them.
And we had the songs here a second
We
ago,
did.
too.
We had an iPad here that timed out.
Okay.
So it looks like the songs that we're going to have coming up here are going to be ALPACORE Expert.
ALPACORE, yeah.
Yes. I cannot see what this song is. The 13.
Yeah, 13 Juni Seiza, which I will recognize better when we see song jackets, as always. And Astrogazer Expert 15. It looks like the players understandably rejected Max Period Expert. Saberwing 13, that would have been kind of fun. Hopeful, very straightforward 13. It looks like people voted for some slightly harder songs over that one, so they're not just taking the most friendly songs. And who is that from the back going up there now? LGNDMAXX, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so guess that we're going to have the 13 coming up first, as players are usually just taking the opportunity to play what they can to get themselves moving and flexed and warmed up.
Yeah, so this is Andrew, by the way, not
Okay.
Yeah.
It is surprisingly hard when someone just walks past you from the back.
It's hard to tell. There's also kind of like a glare, too, so it's really hard lighting-wise from where we're at to see who it is. We're not blind, we swear.
Is that the right folder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gives up and goes to the 13 folder.
I believe that's it.
So it's going to be 164 BPM 13. Fortunately, just like the other sets, they have at least one 13 they get to use to get themselves going. Oscillating a bit between read speeds, settles on 3.25. So it's going to be in the 532 area.
Set digital offset, that's the negative 1.6.
People telling him he can go. All right, here we go.
First stage.
Jumps right into it with no trouble. And let's start seeing what we have in this chart. So far, basic 8-note runs with a few pad transitions that flow in normal double patterns. Adding in some 16th triplets, still sort of just basic 3-4 note patterns where you cross back and forth through the middle. And he is maintaining very good MA so far. One great there, but basically just getting right back to MAing after it. On 20 or 30 Marvelouses right now, the occasional slow creeping in, but you can already tell this is going to be a very strong score in, yeah, stacked pool. Was that the 16th crossover chat was referring to?
Might be.
Now we're getting busy and more filled out. Oh, I see a B1 crossover.
Yeah, I didn't realize this chart was re-rated too. Good to know. Yeah, I agree. The 12-13 line, honestly, everything up to about 16, the lines on a lot of those are very progressive and can be very blurry, where like a 12.9 and a 13.0 feel pretty much like the same thing.
And doubles charting is just in general. By the way, this is a super strong score, minus
Yes,
26
22 and
EX.
2 is
One
very
of the,
good.
Best we've seen all day. Yeah, doubles charting especially, a little more ambiguous in how to grade overall difficulty sometimes.
Especially because some of it's subjective and certain, like, you're going to be good at certain patterning versus other things. And
yeah, the spread of whether a player is good at keeping up with the energy requirements or good at keeping up with the skill of reading a particular pattern is very different from single, or just much wider than single.
yeah. Given you also have things like Draw the Savage, Challenge, Double, that one might be a little off.
That's a weird one, even in single.
It's a weird one. The patterning is weird, but it's a little misrated. All right. So
This is
Andrew's
just
doing
a banger of a song.
Yeah.
Astrogazer.
great banger of a song with Astrogazer. It is the Expert.
So a bunch of broken 16th note patterns, bunch of 12th notes, couple stops at the end. No trouble moving quickly across the pads for some of those. And keeping up timing on 5-note drills that move you back and forth all over the place, basically the same rhythm as the single. Great stream there.
Great timing so far by Andrew on this song too.
Nice crossovers on the 12th notes, maintaining the yellow combo as he does it. Beautiful on the long crossover run. A great right after it.
Greats there. Picks up a good as well.
Basically keeping up the vibe of the singles chart, but even more so with the crossover intensity in these 12th note patterns. We're into the second broken 16th pattern in the Expert stream in the 18 section. Other than that one last 12th note pattern that got him for a good, he's been very tight. Just one more great keeping in there, but look at the long string of marvelous after that.
Well, that part's kind of tricky. I mean, jump through that across the pad. Well, he FC's it.
Absolutely no trouble at the end either.
Just a little short of a AAA on that song, but very well done. Yeah, that's not an easy sight read.
Yeah, even if you're hypothetically sight reading that, it's one of those things where if you're thinking fast, the pattern that would just not exist at full speed could be a cue that something's going to happen. Okay, highest energy of the 3 songs in this set.
Yep.
Fast tempo, busy, 16. We have a score from him on this account. One of the harder songs we've seen today overall.
I don't know if we've seen that 16 yet so far. Oh yeah, we did. Tokyo Evolved in the last one. Yeah. And in the past.
Tokyo 3 like 2 pools ago.
Yeah.
Dancing around a little in the break. No problem. He's confident. Watching the timing coming in. Perfect MA on a few of those 16th note gallops. Just too great sneaking in at the end of it.
12th note part pretty well.
Doing seeing a little bit of a foot switch on the down there. I think I saw. Hopping around a little during the rest. He is having fun with the set overall. Calm and confident on the drills, very strong in A. It's looking like we're going to see another extremely high score. Up perfectly well on the 12th note section 2, still has a full combo going. And
oh, those crossover parts are pretty
that
tricky.
was real fast.
Yeah, that's a really tricky part.
Does not phase him at all. MFCs about 2 measures of broken 16 patterns immediately coming out of the rest.
Good ending by Andrew though on that.
The fast 16th triplets going straight across the pad was
that
brutal.
part looked brutal.
All right, back to our surely first song, Juni Seisa.
Yeah, so LGNDMAXX, he's got a lot of plays here on double. You can see from all the lamps there in the 13th folder. So his personal best on this, it looks like say 37, the perfect EFC.
And the score to beat on it is going to be 1321 from Andrew, which was
negative 26,
really
I believe.
strong. It was minus 26.
Yeah, 22 in 2 grades. Interesting notes again too. I forget. This isn't Cypher. This is.
I don't remember what it's called. Maybe about 3 perfects so far, and settled right in.
X skin, it looks like.
So assuming this pacemaker is on his PB, he's a little behind it now. We have the info that he's going to need to get to about plus 10 or so in order to take the song, or plus 11.
Yeah, on his pacemaker.
And he's creeping ahead. He had made this section, beating his past self a little bit. So this could be a very close first song. Very few perfects in the last 20 seconds or so. Ooh, the great there hurts
greats there though.
This song going to be pretty much just an MA contest for the people in this pool. Andrew opening the pool with 24 non-marvelous steps is just going to be very, very tough to keep up with. Even this, which is would have been one of our best scores of the day so far, isn't going to be quite on pace to keep up with that one. Probably an easy full combo to finish the song, but yeah. About 20 EX behind Andrew.
Yeah, 46 and 2.
And next, probably Astrogazer. So what was the third one? All right, ALPACORE.
Yeah.
Astrogazer, a cool chart to come to after that one. Just way more varied. The swap between 16th and 12th require a lot more focus, and the amount of syncopated patterns and the pretty high degree of crossing over in the 12ths. All things that were pretty visible and were handled very strongly by Andrew. But having 33 perfects on it is an intimidating score.
Yeah.
So if he needed to, maybe warm up, find his timing a little on the first song, possibly puts forth something really strong here. some debate going on in chat whether this skin is Cyber or X. I don't remember. I haven't looked at that EMU's menu in a really long time.
It's one of those, you set it and then forget it. You get your dark background and your fast slows enabled, and then you don't really go back into it.
Doing just fine, moving back and forth across the pads for these drills. This is one where dropping some points on his pacemaker compared to the minus 33 would still leave a healthy amount of room for victory. Very nice crossover runs on the 12s.
Doing very well timing-wise on those 12s.
Adjusting nicely for the fast in the middle of that long run. Settling back in during the break, picking up a few more points. Now back to that second 16th note sounding section that we talked about. Although, as I think someone pointed out earlier, the end of the double 15 kind of keeps that going the whole way. It's actually kind of odd how you're used to 12ths here to see this pattern. No problem at all on the stop jumps, flying across. Tough ending runs coming up.
So,
very nice.
Yeah, full combos, it is minus 54 on his personal best. I don't know how he did against Androo.
He does take first place on this one over Androo by 90x.
Yeah, 79 and 4.
And yeah, it will be interesting to see ALPACORE. Could go either way. He's so far in second place on one song, first place on another song. Andrew's play on ALPACORE was very impressive, but still had room for improvement from someone who has a PFC on it.
Yeah, it is a little intimidating to see someone who gets a PFC on it already.
So, you know, no question he knows exactly about those patterns that are coming at the end of the song that we commented on last time, and just how fast they make you move. But a lot of that will be both, does he have the sort of focus and warmed up enough state to be ready for it, and sometimes just how well you handle timing on the whole first section of the song is what it is on any tournament day.
Yep.
Good sign so far.
Yeah, carry the white combo immediately, as we do commentator scares on that.
The score here will be 1595 to beat from Androo. Finding his timing pretty well on the galloping 16th syncopated patterns, both before and after the 12 codes. Now getting confident moving back and forth across the pads on these. No trouble whatsoever MAing the stuff that's only 16th triplets.
Max blowing through this.
Yeah, just 4 or 5 perfects even in that section with a couple drills. Ooh, a miss there. Was that a fast double step?
I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
Either way, he moves on from it completely fine.
Yeah,
like
I think he just got
the
shuffled up a little bit.
tournaments.
It happens, especially on doubles. We got those tricky crossover patterns coming up here soon, the rapid fire ones.
Getting to the hard part, the speed across the pads, very high. Oh, really nice there. And he takes first place on the song.
1604.
That one pattern right before the rest where Andrew had gotten the miss with 3 triplets going directly across the pads in a row. He handles really strongly and winds up 90x ahead. Here's Harujun.
All right.
Always been kind of a fan favorite. Ever since he was, you know, about as tall as the bar.
I love the Twitter video, I think that his dad does, where it's like every year, it's like him playing the same song in the same outfit. You just see him get progressively bigger and bigger.
I mean, just the fact that he had a comparison video a year apart for Paranoia Revolution Challenge.
It's so crazy. Like, as young as he is, it's crazy how quickly good he's gotten. And he just exponentially keeps getting better.
It's just one of the fun stories of the community is like, what is going to happen when he's full size?
Yeah. And like, when I was his age, I kind of had the same thing where, you know, you're in high school, you have a lot of time, free time to do. Not to say, you know, DDR is the only thing he does, but, you know, when you're not an adult and you're working and worrying about all the fun adult stuff.
He does devote a lot of time, though. Like, you see him at events studying charts pretty often.
Yeah, and the other thing too is his chart knowledge is so good. He knows every chart.
You often see him, or his dad rather, post these PFC videos where you can tell he has very carefully planned footwork.
Yes.
30p on this via EX to beat is minus 26 from Andrew. As we've talked about so far, mostly eighth note patterns, sort of warming you into doing some doubles pad transitions. It seems like it's a pretty friendly song to start a set like this on.
Yeah.
And after a couple perfects at the start, he is just sailing in MA.
Yeah, I think all the players in this pool are probably pretty thankful getting a song like this to be the first one so they can warm up with it before getting into the harder 15s and 16s.
But what's tough is it's so competitive that you have to not just like play it well and get warmed up, but they're getting scores like minus 30
Yeah,
on it.
you have to time it really well too, so it's not easy, but at least it helps get your legs warmed up for those harder songs knowing you're going to have coming up.
Absolutely. I feel like with this format where songs are drawn randomly and the players vote on them, there has to be an unspoken agreement to give yourselves a 13. You'd be kind of crazy not to. I have not counted that many perfects.
Yeah.
If I'm going to slightly guess, maybe 10 or so?
Something like that. He's doing very well. He doesn't have a pacemaker, so it's kind of hard to tell how far off he was from his personal best of 30 perfects.
Absolutely wrecking the slightly ramping up into faster end of the song. Wow.
Yeah. Very well done by June there.
We'll check the perfect count, but that has to be our best play yet. 12.
12, okay. Yeah.
Just looking back to see the crowd reacting to that one when someone gets a score like 12 early in the day.
Yeah, he destroyed his personal best on that one too.
Personal best EX, presumably. You can't totally be sure, but probably. And now, obviously, the score to beat on that song.
I wonder how many of these, like, some of these charts, if it's like, June hasn't played this in, like, a couple years, but, like, you know, as good as he's gotten, I have to imagine he's going to blow past a 958K on this.
Yeah. LGNDMAXX wound up edging out Androo on this one by a few points. I remember the score was in the minus 80 range.
Yeah.
So far, we've only dropped about 1 point here. His MA is terrifying at the end of the 16th note runs.
Yeah, and into the 12th notes too, doing very well.
Does not give anything away when the crossover start. Little good there trying to do a crossover. That kind of thing happens. But that's the kind of thing where, like, the 3 points, you just have to move on, because if you keep good focus for the whole rest of the song, it's going to be way more important. Sometimes keeping really light form, trying to time, you can drag your foot a little and get it good on these fast crossover patterns, but I have to think he's way ahead regardless. Just completely confident hitting these 16th note triplets and longer runs without perfects. This is actually wild.
Got some perfects there, but I mean, he's doing incredibly well in this song.
So we can see at the end of the song, the actual score to beat is 1551. And there are still a bunch of notes left.
Yeah, he very comfortably beats it.
Wow. We're now in first place on 2 songs, so going to be the player threatening to take the pool.
So 36 perfects and 2 goods.
And like those 2 goods are, you know, incidental. Like they happened while he was timing runs really well. They sometimes happen, but that was like millimeters away from about a 35 PFC.
Yeah.
ALPACORE, he has a 995. LGNDMAXX did have a PFC clocked here, but like, I think it's pretty clear that Harujun has probably improved his doubles ability in MA somewhat.
Yeah, and especially when you factor in not just the money score, but the EX score with Jun's insane timing.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like you get random greats and goods. Is part of the DDR experience. He starts the song white again. Keeps it up on a couple syncopated crossover runs, even 1 right there.
Okay, very well done on the 12s.
Still only something like 3 or 4, maybe 5 now. Yep, no question it's a song he can handle.
Now, side note, Harujun's also a complete beast at pump doubles too, and some of the charts that pump doubles gets up to are ridiculous. So very well adapted to doubles play on all dance games.
Yeah, I think he plays different dance games enough that he has those skills of moving fast and energy from pump, but has spent a ton of time practicing DDR timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this so far is just a showcase from Harujun. We'll have to see how he handles the tough runs at the end that we've talked about, but he's definitely in a significant lead.
It's just been completely clean. Nails
He
him.
handles that part perfect. The ending runs are fast, but not as complex as the ones he's already done. Here goes up for the PFC.
The PFC on it. 36 perfect PFC.
Which is the score that he, for all intents and purposes, just got
Yeah,
on
Astrogazer.
Astrogazer as
Very
well.
consistent.
So that was, yeah, very, very tough to beat for track.
All right. So we're going to have our last contestant coming up here, and then after that, we do have our card draw for the next round, and I think we can go over that once we get to it.
That's it. See you next.
So track's going to be our last contestant over in this pool. Then after this, we have another pretty spicy pool coming up too. We've got Hints, Kitsune, No Bar Bin, and Poyo X.
Cool.
That is a pretty intense pool as well.
Yeah, Hint's a strong player from, I believe, DDR Michigan.
Yes, Michigan.
Mia, who came in second
Boston
in
area, I
women's
think?
yesterday. Yeah. No, Philly.
Philly, yes, thank you.
And No Bar Band,
No Bar
also a
Bin.
fan favorite.
Yes, huge fan favorite, probably the #1 fan favorite. Originally from California, but recently moved to New York.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Cool.
And Poyo X, he's Georgia area, I believe.
So, of course, everyone remembers the score to beat on this one is going to be 12. he has a 15, so maybe he has a good day. But also second place is super important because of the fact that from about half the pools, a second place player will get in as a wild card into the second round. So being able to, you know, come in like second, first or something on the songs is still a really important opportunity to fight for. People were not kidding about this being a stacked pool.
Yeah, this pool is stacked. Unfortunately, Track gets a few misses there. This pool stacked, the next pool stacked. I know one of the later pools with Chesmic, Kevbo, Packrob, and T-Swag. That one is also very stacked.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the singles competition, which is 2 full days of pools.
That's 3 full days. Well, okay, 2 full days, and then into like the top 16 with seeding pools on the 3rd day.
Doubles was, I think, 32 entrants.
Yeah.
So we're sort of started the day right away with people who are pretty serious about double scattered throughout the pool.
32 people, that's a great entry, I think, for doubles, just because it's not like Pump where like doubles is so integral for the game. I think in DDR, at least over here in America, it's looked as more of an optional thing, but these players are very good, passionate double players, and they're very good at it.
Yeah, it's great to have an event that has 3 days of 3 tabs of time to run multiple events on, because you don't always get doubles included in every tournament, which means that a lot of them don't get to show this off quite as regularly.
Absolutely.
Track, it's too bad after a few of the point slips at the start has been MAing this really well. It can be really tough to come in after a player like Harujun and feel like you get a miss at the start so you know you can't win.
Yeah.
But you have to focus the rest of the song. And this is actually a pretty solid score. He's going to be in 3rd for this song.
31, 5, and 2 misses. And those 2 misses were pretty early on, too. Also, it looked like June set the area record on that, too. So he set the Osaka record on that one.
It's amazing when someone just comes in a tournament and has a day like that. And there's no way he's played so far today, because a player like June, his singles pool is going to be way late in the day.
He doesn't play today. He's in the seeding pools later 12, on Sunday. Yeah, he's automatic top 12.
Yeah, I should have guessed that. Astrogazer, so Track played the latter 2/3 of the first song really solidly.
Yeah. Yeah, going by Track's personal best, he does have a legit shot at beating June on this for first place on Astrogazer. Oh, some misses there.
Yeah, he is MAing these well, but sometimes tournament conditions, it's just very hard to do it with practically no mistakes.
It's so hard to perform well at tournaments, just because like you're moving around so much, and then you have your time coming up, and you're playing cold, and it's so much harder playing at tournaments versus when you're just playing casually.
Yeah, I mean, part of the crowd cheering on June for stuff like that BFC is just the knowledge that normally it's kind of assumed that tournament performance is a little bit below what someone has ground out at home. Yet again from Track, a few mistakes at the beginning going into really solid handling of the faster parts of the song. Strong MA in the whole second 16th note section. And just a long combo after that one miss in the intro. And actually that could matter for a second place. We'll have to see for sure.
Yeah, I mean for the, because there's the wild card or last chance pool within here, so you're still fighting for advancement.
Miss snuck in there, but nice timing even at the 16th at the end. 1572 is going to put him in second place after June.
Yeah, very solid MA.
So sort of got a good bit stronger as he went from the 13 to the 15. So let's see if the 16 is something which he can start clean and just keeping up the good timing he's been showing on the fast parts of these songs. June area record here on ALPACORE also. You're so intimidating.
Dude, just setting all the Osaka area records.
Pretty nice clean start to the break. It looks like
12.
Track is here to really nail this song. One great crept in, but now strong MA on these gallopy patterns. Really fast 16th, no triplets moving back and forth.
Ooh, we got the miss there, unfortunately. Couple misses.
Really tough on fast bits of movement like that a tiny little movement error can give you a miss while you're focusing so hard on timing.
Doing very well.
Coming up on the hard part.
Yep. And he does combo those
Really
crossovers.
It's super tight at the ending. A really good score. It is fourth place, which is actually just kind of a wild fact given how good that play just was. Yeah, that could totally be a bit of bad luck there because that feels like a sort of level of play that could have been very strong in other pools.
That's it. See you next time on the dance floor.
All right, so that pool's completed. I believe June advances out of the pool. I'm not sure who's second out of it.
Second place out of that is a tie for everyone else.
Wow.
So we'll worry later about how that happens.
Yeah, we'll leave it to TOs with how, I don't know how tiebreakers work in that situation.